Hi guys, Dane here, and today I'm going to be doing a quick review of Why I'm Afraid of Bees by R.L. Stine. So this is one of the original series of Goosebumps books. I actually missed it the first time around.
Dane reads.
So I've only just read it now. I'm 31 years old, but I thought it held up pretty well. I'm going to read you the blurb, then we're going to go through and check out some of my tabs. I can't imagine this will take too long, and then I'll share my overall thoughts and rating at the end. So the blurb. Gary wants to take a holiday from himself. Everyone at school picks on him. His only friend is his computer. Even his little sister doesn't like him. But now Gary's dream is about to come true. He's going to swap bodies with someone else for a whole week. It will be brilliant. Gary can't wait to get a new body until something horrible happens. And Gary finds out his new body isn't exactly, well, isn't human. And I thought this was just cool. So it's got a library thing in here from Grimethorpe, Barnsley Libraries, last taken out on 14th of December 2000. It's got this little bit in the front cover. This book was donated to the library by Grimethorpe Partnership using proceeds from a concert held by Grimethorpe Band. Very cool. Okay, so a little bit about beekeeping here, and he's, what's his name? I can't remember the main character's name. Gary Lutz. He's talking to Mr. Andretti, his neighbour, who's an amateur beekeeper. Your average beekeepers usually wear gloves, he explained. A lot of the brave ones use gloves with no fingers and thumbs so they can work with the bees more easily. Mr. Andretti thumped himself on the chest and went on. But your truly outstanding beekeeper, such as myself, likes to work with his bare hands. My bees trust me. You know, Lutz, bees are really a lot smarter than most people realise. Oh right, I said to myself at the time. If they're really so smart, why do they keep coming back to your hive and letting you steal all their honey from them? And then we get this, right? Would you like the usual? I nodded. The usual was peanut butter and jam, which I never get tired of. For a snack, I usually like tortilla chips. The spicier, the better. As I waited for my sandwich, I ripped open a new bag of chips and started chewing away. Uh-oh. Mum was rummaging through the fridge. I'm afraid we're out of jam. I think we'll have to use something else. She pulled out a small glass jar. How about this with your peanut butter? What is it? I asked. Honey. Honey? I shrieked. No way! And peanut butter and jelly, or peanut butter and jam, or whatever you want to call it. I've never understood that. I think it's vile, but hey-ho, each to their own. Then there's a bit where he's doing sports at school and the kids are arguing about who gets him on their team, and eventually they agree, you know, this team will have him, but he gets 4 strikes instead of 3 before he's out. Just relatable. I was always picked last because I was small. Okay, so this was kind of funny. I'll just read it out. It's trying to open a jar. Do you have a wrench or something around, Mum? I asked. This thing just won't budge. Maybe if you ran hot water on it, my mother began. Oh, please, Chrissy said with a snort. Wiping her hands on her apron, she crossed the room and grabbed the jar away from me. With 2 fingers, she twisted off the cap. Then she started laughing her head off. My mum started laughing too. Can you believe it? My own mother was laughing at me. I guess you forgot to eat your shredded wheat this morning, Mum said. So the answer to that, you always just say, oh, you loosened it for me. But also, if you ever do have problems getting into a jar, if you get a knife and stab a hole in it, it breaks the airtight seal and then you can open it a lot easier. Pro tip. And then he's failing at this game, he can't kill a dragon, and he gets some advice from somebody that says, just stab him between the eyes. It says, I kept trying to stab the dragon between the eyes, but even though I followed Ted from Ithaca's advice, I couldn't do it. The dragon ate me 23 times. And I have a fascination with the number 23. I can't remember this exact title of it, but there are theories, and I think it was William Burroughs was one of the people who used to believe in it, and he was mad. But the number 23 appears a lot more than it should in nature and stuff. So for example, we have 23 pairs of chromosomes and all this stuff. We get this little line, hey, seatbelts really do save lives, I told myself. It's because somebody almost crashes into him when he's been turned into a bee, but they stop to put their seatbelt on. But it's a good little, you know, reminder for kids. Wear your fucking seatbelt. And then while he's a bee, he has to take on a cat. I tried to shoot off through the air, but the cat whipped out his paw and batted me down. Claus was playing with me as if I were one of the chewed up catnip mouse toys Chrissy always gave him for Christmas. And I mean, the joke is always that cats are nature's perfect killing machine, and then nature had a bit of a laugh by making them so small. But if you're a bee, don't go up against the cat, you're gonna lose. We get, he sees these 3 tough bees and they remind him of Barry, Marv and Carl, the bullies, and I just thought that was a nice little callback, like a little bit of, you know, showing a parallel between bees and humans. We're all awful. And we get this, I raised my eyes in time to see Chrissy grab a fly swatter out of the broom cupboard. No, Chrissy, no, I screamed, not that, you don't want to do that to your own brother. My sister lifted up the fly swatter and thwacked it down right next to me. I could feel the rush of air from it, and I felt the entire counter shake. I screamed and quickly rolled to one side. Chrissy, I know Biggie. Chrissy, I knew, was a menace with a fly swatter. She was the champion in our family. She never missed. Mate, she literally just missed you. And we get one of the, this is what kind of annoys me with the Goosebumps book. So the end of chapter 19, before I could move, it zoomed down, wrapped its teeth around my middle and bit me in two. Start chapter 20. I uttered a last gasp and waited for everything to go dark. It took me a few seconds to realise that the dragonfly had turned and buzzed off in the other direction. My imagination was running away with me. That's what always happened when I got overtired. That's just a pet peeve of mine. I always hate it when like people do fake out deaths. It's just annoying. I think it cheapens death. But yeah, overall, Why I'm Afraid of Bees by R.L. Stine. Pretty decent entry in the Goosebumps series. Probably like a 3.5 out of 5. Still held up pretty well as an adult. And if you've been thinking about reading it, go ahead and read it. So there we have it, that's what I made of Why I'm Afraid of Bees by R.L. Stine. As always, don't forget to let me know in the comments if you've read this book and if so, what you thought of it. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button for more, and I will see you soon for another bookish video. Thanks a lot, bye bye.